All right, welcome everybody. Currently having some issues with the fan on my computer here. If you can hear that, I don't know. We'll just wait here a moment or two, let some people jump in. Today we're going to talk about ACL club pages and where we're at currently. All right, we'll go ahead and get started here. Uh, First off, I want to start off with a little quote. Clubs are communities where shared passions build lasting connections. I think this is really fitting when it comes to clubs, local community nights. This is where you build connections with friends and family members and community members, and those bonds tend to be really long lasting. And I think that's important for us to keep in mind when we're at our weeknights and um, just staying connected with everybody. Okay, topics. Going to cover a few topics here today. Probably a little bit quick one, but we'll go through how to create a club page, what that looks like when you're creating. We'll go through the initial view right after you create the club page. Then we'll look at the current stats view for the version we have out now. Then we'll look at upcoming features, what we have planned for the club pages. We'll look at a couple ideas for creating engagement around these club pages, and then we'll do a little Q&A at the end if anybody has any questions. So got a few people in here. First slide I'm going to go over is actually creating the club page. You're going to do this from the admin portal. In your admin portal, admin.iplayacl.com. You'll get logged in. You'll go to your drop down bar and you'll see that tab called Club Management. That tab is what we're going to use to create our club pages. So scroll down, click on Club Management. It'll bring you to a page that looks like this one here. This is where we're creating and or editing the club pages. On this one, as you edit, it creates a little plaque card up here to show you the details. So first step is you're going to enter your club title. Potentially as a director, you could use your personal name if you wanted, to use your name. I think most commonly what we're finding is that club pages, using your club name helps direct players that right way. So in my case, I used 503 Cornhole. See that pops right at the top of the card there. Next up, you can upload a logo for your club. That'll pop up right in here. And then you got a few links below to add. You can add a link to your email for your club. You can add a link to the Facebook page for your club. And you can add a link to Instagram or even your website. So all those links down here will populate on your club page. Once you have all that information typed in, check it for accuracy. Go ahead and click Update Club Settings. This will officially create the club page for your club. Now, the first thing you're going to see when you do that is a club page that looks like this. It'll start out blank. It'll have your placard up top with all your info. It'll have your email, Facebook if you put one in, Instagram. If you guys added those, it'll have a little section for the director, and it will be blank as far as stats and players go. So don't get shocked on that. We're updating these club pages right now once a week. So every time a club page update goes through our database, then these stats and players will start to populate. So you won't see it right away when you create that club page. It could take up to a week. And I think what we're going to be getting on a standard schedule of a Monday through Thursday update. Right now, it's just once a week. If you have people asking like, "Hey, I played on Monday night in the club, and I don't see my name on the stats yet," just let them know it likely hasn't updated, and when it does, they will populate. We did have a fix this week that allows the players of club memberships, whether that's monthly or yearly, they are now populating in the club pages for stats. All right. Then once the week goes by and we get the update, you will see it's probably hard to see on the screen here. We have a little statement of the last time it was updated, so you can see that. Players can see that. What you'll start to see populating is a list of players, and this list of players who have played at your local events, whether that is a round robin before a regional bracket, or whether that is a swap event before a local bracket. All of those stats and players will populate from any event you have tagged as local. Now, this does have to be a points event. So if you run a event that does not quite meet the minimums for a points event, those stats and those players will not show up on this page. This page is for local points events currently. Um, we'll have player name, and we'll have a whole host of stats right now. I know the big stat players are looking to come back to the player app is four-bagger percentage. We are going to get that back on the player app. However, for now, it does show on the club pages as the four-bagger percentage. Each one of these columns are sortable, so you can sort these columns. Standard is going to be sorted on local points. That could be sorted by PPR, total rounds, four-baggers, however you want to sort that. So players can access this page, and I'll talk about the link here in just a moment. But this is kind of the current view that we are seeing in today. So players and directors will see it like this. Next up, I think I've showed this slide before on a different training. This is kind of some of the direction we're heading with the club pages, some things we want to add. We're going to add a whole host of links here at the top, one of those being announcements. This would be an area where a club director can put announcements about their club, and players can see those announcements. We want to add the tab for tournaments and events. So this would be a great place. Players could go to this web page, and they can see a list of your upcoming events right there on the web page. Now, I had somebody ask, is there potential for Hold My Spot to be tied into this? At this point, it won't be. However, that's something we might move towards. Right now, this is just a web page with no login. So players are not logged into their player app by viewing this page, and Hold My Spot is tied to their player account, which is going to hold us back on the Hold My Spot. However, this could directly link them to their player app, where they would see your list of events from their player app, and then they can use Hold My Spot. Clubs that are using the tours format, we want to have a tab for tours where you can see like what clubs, leagues you have running at that time, whether that's a teams event, a weekly doubles league, or blind draw league. However you guys are running leagues, we want to add that tab there. And the next one we're going to add is, sorting this by other points that are not just local. So right now, the only option is local points. We want to have regional events tied into there for regional directors. We want to have, player engagement points that are tied in for all players. So you can sort, player engagement points throughout your club, and not just have everything focused on just the local points. There's going to continue to be new stats and new ideas added to this page as it goes. All right. Oops. Too fast. So something I wanted to show about engagement. I thought this turned out pretty cool for my own club, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I made a simple post on my club's Facebook page. Just did a couple emojis at the top, And then I said, hey, how many rounds have you thrown at 503 local events through the first 4 weeks of the season? Question mark, right? So what this does is this is asking players how many rounds they've thrown. Well, the only way for them to find that answer is for them to visit your club page. And then by visiting that club page, now they're looking at it, they're seeing what it's all about, and they're going back to the Facebook post and engaging with your club. And so one quick tip I'm going to show you guys when you post this link here to your club page. I think there's a good way to do it where it shows up on Facebook better than just a standard. So you see this next slide here where I type in www and then the link. What I found is important on Facebook is it tries to bring up this box, which will tie them to the American Cornhole League. Delete that box. It leaves your link alone on Facebook. And with leaving your link alone, I've found that works better for the players to click on. So just go ahead and delete that box. All right, here's a little snippet of the post I made. As you can see, I have the link here, and I deleted that pop-up box. So you can see, how many rounds have we thrown at our local through the first 4 weeks of the season. And this required players to then go in, click on the club page, view the club page, click around, mess around with it, find their total number of rounds thrown, and then comment. So for me, this turned out to be pretty cool. Brought in a lot of engagement to the page. And as you can see with Facebook, you can see insights, impressions, interactions, and you can see that this simple post, had 489 impressions, 145 engagements, and a lot of reactions. So I want to share that with you guys as a tool that you guys can maybe try with your Facebook page and see if you can get people redirected and using your club page. Also at events, I've been putting my club page up on my monitor on the big screen prior to the event starting, just so people are looking at it and they get familiar with it. Well, I flew through all that real quick. It only took me about 15 minutes. I see I only have one person in here at the moment, so if you guys have any questions or final thoughts on club pages, go ahead and throw them in there. Reach out to me, send me a private message, an email, and I'll work with you guys on getting questions answered for you. For the moment, I'll just hang on here for a minute and see if my computer's fan's going to hold up. All right, well, this is recorded and viewable on YouTube, and the link will be shared. So, I hope you guys enjoy this quick tutorial of the club pages and reach out to me with your thoughts. Thanks.